You are what you think you are. You become what you believe. And the results that you have today in your life, physically, financially, relationship-wise, are a result of your thoughts over the last even hours, weeks, months, and years. You become what you believe. You become what you believe. You become what you believe. And if you say it the other way, what you believe, you will become. What you believe, you will become. And that should give you some strength and encouragement, because you literally can change your beliefs and become that very thing. I was listening to the great Norman Vincent Peale this morning. I haven't listened to him in a long time. I plugged him in and just put him into my ear this morning for my quiet time and what I call state training, to get in state for the day so we could tackle the day. And man, he just blew my mind, and that old raspy voice that he had, and the way that he incorporated humor into the whole thing about maximizing your mind. And that is his basic premise, is that you become what you think about. And whether it's Norman Vincent Peale, Les Brown, Zig Ziglar, Tony Robbins, all these motivational gurus, all these people that write these great self-help books, they all start with you have to maximize your mind. So there's a couple of ways to do this. I'm Dr. Brian Hooten. You're in my office here at Hooten Family Healing Center in North Dallas. And the biggest thing by far that I see with everybody coming in, whether it's weight problems, pain, cancer, blood pressure, whatever the diagnosis is, we have to start with your mind. And I want to start right now with you. I want to help you scrub your brain. So first step is we've got to scrub your brain. We've got to get the garbage, the really bad thoughts, the negative, whatever people put into your head previously. We've got to get all that out. Maybe you've been diagnosed or told that you have some condition. Maybe you've been told you have, for example, a thyroid problem. You've been told you have an eating disorder. Maybe you've looked it up online and you've diagnosed yourself, which I would not recommend you do that. That label, that's somebody else's word, and that doesn't have to define you. You are going to define you. So that's the first step in all this. I'm going to go through 3 steps. You have to take responsibility. You have to take responsibility that it is up to you to fix yourself. It's not up to me. It's not up to anybody else. It is up to you. So everybody say, it's up to me. It's up to me. If it's going to be, it's up to me. And in our family, we have another saying, if it's going to be, it's up to we. All right? We like to tag team on things. So take responsibility for your health. Okay, that's easy enough. And I think everybody sort of realizes that. But we get lost, right, in the real world. And I've got 1,000 stories about myself growing up, and many testimonies of people that come in here and what they went through in their life. And I hear story after story. Ultimately, it comes down to taking responsibility and realizing, so that's first, take responsibility, and realize you could scrub your brain and literally change your beliefs, which will change your outcomes. You have to change your beliefs. So this is step number 2. You have to dig deep down into your soul. Dig deep down into that subconscious brain of yours and change the way that you think and believe. And there's a real science to this. I won't bore you on this short video. We'll try to keep this under 5 minutes. Trust me on this. You can go look it up if you want. It's called the reticular activating system, deep inside your brain. You want to get in there and put new thoughts, proper thoughts, and that will result in actions. Okay? So you have to get in and scrub your brain. So this is a really easy exercise. What you do, let's say that I want to lose 15 pounds. Okay? So I would write down, this is a way to scrub your brain. I would write that down. I want to lose 15 pounds. Okay? And underneath that and above it and all around it, more important than the 15 pounds, more important than beating a thyroid problem, more important than beating a cancer diagnosis, more important than beating heart disease, Alzheimer's, whatever it is, more important than that, you have to write down and own your big why. In other words, why do you want to get rid of whatever that thing is? Why do you want to get rid of your extra weight? Why do you want to get rid of this medication? Why do you want to do better with, whatever, finances, relationship-wise? Why? It all starts with why. There's a great book out there, Simon Sinek. It all starts with why. So more important than your thing that you're trying to conquer, why is it? So I have a 6-year-old daughter. And boy, when she showed up, my big why changed radically. When I was 15, every decision I was making was based on hormones, impressing the girls. Today at 45 years old, all of my reasons for doing anything revolve around being happy at home with my wife, being the best dad that I possibly can to my daughter, and in the long run, not getting Alzheimer's, not going into the nursing home, not putting my family into the position where they're going to have to take care of me. So you can write this down. So there's your big why. I want to stay out of the nursing home. I want to be functional when I'm 80. I want to get back to gardening. You know, whatever it is, I want to be able to do X, Y, and Z when I'm 80, 90, and beyond. So write down a big why. Maybe you want to start a nonprofit and you want to help a lot of people. Whatever that is, there's your big why. So that's obviously going to be individualized. You're going to have to find that. So you need to dig deep. Find that big thing. Find that big something that really drives you. Only you're going to know that. And then write that down. Now, how important is that to you? How important is your family to you? To me, if I were to say, how important, Brian, is it that you don't get Alzheimer's so that you don't put your daughter in a position where she has to take care of you? I'm going to say, man, that's 500%. That's everything. That's more than 100%. It's everything in my being to keep that from happening. I will do anything to keep that from happening. Now, that's a big reason why now that 15 pounds looks tiny, right? So this is an effective way to scrub your brain. So you need to write this down. Write down your thing, what it is you want to beat, and then write down your big why. Okay? Now, third step. So first step, take responsibility. Second step, write it down. Write it down what it is you're trying to conquer, and then write down your big why. Okay? Keep that in front of you. You want to put that where you're going to see it. I like to write it down. It's on my computer, on my desk at home. It's in my office here, in my office. And then the third thing, right, is write down as if it's already happened. So right now I'm weighing about 215 pounds. If I want to lose 15 pounds, I write down I weigh 200 pounds. Okay? So you write it down as if it's already happened. And in my world, my relationship with God is in the middle of everything that surrounds my family. I'm going to thank Him for weighing 200 pounds. Maybe you need to increase your finances. I'm going to thank Him for making $100,000 more this year. I'm going to thank Him for not having a thyroid problem. I'm going to thank Him for not having cancer. I'm going to thank Him before. Now, so let's put this in real time. Let's say that I really do want to lose or need to lose 15 pounds. I'll write that down. I weigh 200 pounds. And I'm going to be praying. And I'm going to be thanking God. Thank you, God, for allowing me to weigh 200 pounds again. Thank you, God, for allowing me not to have a thyroid problem. Thank you, God, for not having me take all these medications, for me conquering all this stuff. Now, when I stop praying and I look up, obviously, and I get on the scale, I'm still going to weigh 215 pounds, right? Sadly, and God could, I guess, snap His fingers, but really what we're doing is retraining that reticular activating system in your body to start believing that it's possible. Start believing that it's possible. And how many of you know, deep down in your heart, you know it's possible? You know it's possible, whether you just inherently know it or you've seen people conquer it. I remember this young lady came in to see us, this is years ago, 68 years old, and her thyroid looked like the size of a grapefruit. And she had been struggling with this thyroid thing for years. She'd been going to doctor after doctor after doctor. Her hair was really thinning out. She had lost a ton of weight, but her thyroid was still malfunctioning, and her eyes had actually started to bulge out of her head. So she was pretty far down that disease path, but she inherently knew, and she knew people that had defeated thyroid problems. She just didn't have the right action steps. So she came in and we gave her the right action steps. And when you get into that place, in a state of gratefulness, and you believe, and you know, and you believe, what will happen, your subconscious, your thoughts will start dictating your actions, and you will start finding the answers. It will drive you. Okay, so number one, take responsibility for your health. Number two, scrub your brain. Write it down what it is you need to conquer, and write your big why. Put that all around it. What is your big why? And then number three, write it down as if it's already happened, or just say it over and over in the car you can, and thank God, get into that state of gratefulness, and you have to do that every day. You have to do that every day. Some type of consistency, that's the big key. That will drill it into your head, and before you know it, some people, literally they do this for 2 days, and already they can start changing their actions. Other people, it takes 30 days. Okay? It's going to take about a month anyway to really get into your subconscious. So do this little exercise every single day, write it down, and maybe your big why will change over the years. Maybe your goals will change over the years, but start with this. Number one, most important, essential. This is Dr. Brian Hooten. Watch this video again if you need to. Let it sink into your brain. I can go into many more tips about how to make this work, and I'll do that in the subsequent videos. Remember, drugs are bad. God is great, and so are you. I'll talk to you next time.